Veterans Day called before it came to be Veterans Day?
Armistice Day.
What year did it get coined Armistice Day?
1866. 16 or 17, somewhere.
19.
1919?
19. When did it get renamed as Veterans Day? What year?
45. 50.
45?
No, it was in the 50s.
29, my goodness. 54. 54, and who was the president who renamed it? Who was
Eisenhower.
in the House?
Eisenhower.
Yeah, Dwight. How many veterans, do they estimate, how many veterans are around yet in 2025? What's the number? These were in the paper. You guys should read the paper. They aren't all, I've got more than.
I can't believe what you're reading the paper.
Yeah, you read the paper, you dog. 18 million. How many World War II vets are still alive? How many World War II vets are still alive?
22,000. 10,000.
22? A little up.
45.
Double that. 45,000. A little over 45.
That's amazing.
Easy one. Where's the unknown soldier tomb at? Where is that?
D.C.
Arlington. Jack, did you get that one? Boy. How many Americans served in World War I and World War II combined?
Oh, wow.
Dave, you got an answer?
We were talking
Keep
about.
quiet otherwise.
We were talking about the unknown soldier.
What?
We were talking about the unknown soldier.
Oh, okay. 20 million. 20 million. There are two other countries besides the U.S. There's two other countries who observe actually November 11th as Veterans Day. They don't call it Veterans Day, but what do you think? Two other countries.
France?
No. Great Britain. There was a Great Britain, but they're not one of the two as of November 11th. They do something, but Canada, Australia, and they call it Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day. Couple more. 5 words that typically are used to describe a veteran. 5 words. Put your thinking caps on.
America.
When you think of a veteran, what do you think?
Honor.
Thank you.
That could be used.
Brave.
Thanks.
Bravery.
Commitment.
Courageous, resilient,
Loyal.
seasoned, disciplined, and experienced. What's the common symbol of Vets Day? Poppy. Why?
Probably because of that poem about
Yep. What field? Huh? Flanders Field. Yeah, the bloodshed. All the red blood. Yep.
Experience.
Last one. Who was the president who signed it back as the original date, November 11th? Who was the president that did that, and what year?
Wilson.
No,
Jackson?
1975.
Oh.
1975. It was actually
Johnson?
no.
No, he was president in 1975. No, he wasn't.
I don't think so.
No, he wasn't. That was
Sound
Nixon.
like Ford. Man.
Nixon
Gerald
went out,
Ford.
and then Gerald
Yep,
Ford.
Ford got it.
Yeah.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Veterans Day. Put your quarters out there. I don't have a joke. Anybody got a joke? No? We don't need a joke today.
serious stuff when you're talking about veterans. All right. Somebody pick up the quarters?
Sure.
Oh, I'll go. Thank you. You're lucky. That's all right. You guys just call.
Country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Our Father, we come to you. Father, we come to you on this week that includes Veterans Day, and we thank you for all the people that served our country so many years ago and even now still recently. Now we pray that you'll be with them. Many of them were survived by people that are perhaps still living today, and you never truly forget that. So we pray that you'll be with us through this week, and thank you for all the many ways veterans are being remembered, really so much better than it was even just a few years ago. We ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. First of all, we have a couple birthdays. John's birthday is today, and Harold's is the 12th. So let's have a little happy birthday for John Harold. Okay?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harold. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, then Paul, you've got a little something with Atlas.
Oh, Atlas dinner is this Saturday night. If you haven't signed up and you'd like to come, we've got a couple of tables open. Saturday night at Living Water at 5:30. We'll be done around 8-ish. We would appreciate if you haven't signed up, just come see me and we'll get you at a table. This Saturday night is going to be a great night. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you. Okay.
Don't we usually, if somebody advertised, don't they usually have to pay a fine?
Yeah, $50 by the way. All right. Let's do the school reports. So we'll start with Northwestern had a good weekend, so we'll start with you, David.
Football, took care of Dolan very handily, Saturday afternoon. Their last regular season game is coming up this coming Saturday as we travel to Concordia. So, and we'll have to see what happens after that. But that's the last regular season game. But they've been winning here at the end, which is good. The basketball teams both are still undefeated. And the women and men both won this past weekend. Pizza Ranch, Coach Yaw there took those women to 2 victories over John Brown and the Turbo.
Grandview.
Oh, you were playing at the Turbo a week ago. They were on my mind because that was supposed to be coming up this coming Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Played them early. Good. Beat them then too. So 2 nice victories then, and the guys are also undefeated. They clobbered their Turbo. I'm gonna have to write this stuff down here pretty soon. Anyway, basketball team's looking very good. Both of them are. And the men play tomorrow night against William Penn. And then this weekend, both teams travel to Dome for conference games. So that's basketball. Volleyball continues to be undefeated. They won the first round of the tournament this past weekend as they beat Mount Marty, and we'll be playing this Wednesday night now at home against Dakota Wesleyan. As far as wrestling is concerned, they had one kind of a meet. John will probably say a little bit more about that. They don't keep score the same way as other sports do, but they do have a home match coming up Thursday. This coming Thursday against Gibbons. So if you want to watch the guys wrestle, maybe you can tell us, do we have all the weights covered?
Yes.
I've got a little extra weight I can give some. And then they travel this weekend, but that's just for freshmen and sophomores. I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Yeah.
All right, thank you, David. Bill, you want to do for, you have anything for Unity?
I don't have anything for Unity. I think we're kind
kind of in between
Yeah.
sports right now, but we do have
Yeah.
principle of unity here, and if there's any musical or any other events during the week, I'm not aware of them.
We have our combo night, which is our musical, and our drama stuff is on Thursday. Other than that, we're kind of in between. We had few kids audition and make All-State, and we had 9 of our band kids on Saturday audition and make honor band. So that's kind of in between sports, but our music is in prime season right now.
Thank you. Dave, are you, giving a report on Morrison City?
There's
or
not much going on.
there either?
But I do know that, I think thoughts and prayers have to be with the Floyd Valley School District, communities involved with, passing away of Joel Borsma, a 6th grade teacher, fine person, and it will be sorely missed. So, I think prayers need to be going toward that situation.
All right, oh, Jason.
Don't have a lot either. We are in between sports. Also, we had honor band this weekend as well, and a number of our students participated. But other than that, we're in between. Start basketball practice today.
All right, are you in charge of the program, Bill? I think so. All right. Well, this is gonna be a little bit interesting, a lot more interesting than what it's been in the past, because when I opened one of the papers, I think this fall, and I looked at the coaching changes, I think we have 6 basketball coaches in Orange City, and all of them but one had changed. So, I'll play some little games with you too, today. First of all, we have John Villarda, who is now is the girls basketball coach at Unity. And who did John replace?
Jay Skydem.
Jay Skydman, longtime coach over at Unity. Then we have Jake Thompson, and he is the new MOC girls coach. And who did Jake Thompson replace?
Chris Shaw.
No.
Chris Shaw. So it used to be a little bit more complicated. Now we have Chris Shaw. Who did Chris Shaw replace?
Earl Wastrop.
No.
He did once. Kristen Roder. Kristen Roder.
Kristen Roder. And who did Kristen replace?
Chris Shaw.
Chris Shaw, right.
He replaced Earl.
So it seems like we do have one common thread anyway with Chris Shaw. And I think now where he is again, I think is where he should be.
When did Chris coach at Unity?
That's one that hasn't happened yet.
Great question.
So anyway, we're honored today to have 3, they're not all new coaches, but anyway, they have new positions. And has anyone decided who's going to be first?
I think
You
Chris
could-
should go first. He's got some explaining to do.
He's got some explaining to do.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having us. This is always an honor to be able to share about what we get to do, and gracious to these guys to let me go first. There's a young lady we're going to try and encourage to be a Red Raider. It's just show up at my office at 12:45. So anyway, they let me go first. I want to wish these guys well first. I know they're going to have a great impact on the young ladies they get to be with, and so I'm really encouraged for those young ladies, their families, their basketball programs. So wish them the best as they start today and then move forward through the season. They'll be great people first and great coaches after that. So encouraged by that. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a track to be right back here again. In the same want to explain that. But it's a great privilege and honor to be able to represent Northwestern College. It's a very passionate mission for myself and how it's influenced our family. As long as I work there, I don't think I'll be able to give back what I know we need from it, but we're going to do our best in the time that we're there. So it's just a great privilege to be able to serve in this role, serve the young women on our campus. A little bit about our team and what we're trying to do and who we're trying to be, more importantly. Our theme this year is to care more, love strong, and serve bold. And that comes from Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. And so we're trying to do that in all possible areas that we have a chance to do so. We believe really strongly in that we have to establish a culture, and we have to not just establish a culture, but we have to live in that culture every single day. These guys know it, a lot of you know it. Culture is not a destination or something you're trying to go hit with a ball or with a whatever. It's just something you have to bring to life every single day. And so credit to our ladies, they are living it out well. A lot of them are new. I'm new to them, whether I've been in this role before or not. I'm new to every one of those women on our team. And so credit to those ladies, they've really embraced who we're trying to be as a group. And in that, they're really growing. They're really growing as young women. Our basketball team is growing that way as well. But yeah, more exciting is just to see these young faces, new faces, freshmen joining, seniors. And everybody's just hitting the ground running relationally. So really excited about that, about how they're going to influence one another. We have 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores, 8 freshmen that make up our team right now. We're going to do our best to play a full JV and varsity roster, or a game schedule, with that roster. I mentioned recruit coming at 12:45. We need to recruit well this year, and I think we're off to a great start. But we need to recruit well because we're always trying to get the best and brightest that fit the mission of Northwestern College. But also we want to offer an experience to a multitude of different levels of play and for all the women in our program. So number-wise, talent-wise, we're off to a good start, but need to recruit well this year, just so we can do that better with both JV and varsity levels. Right now, who's in that varsity mix is a mix of all those grade levels that I just mentioned. From seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, there's a representative from each one of those grades that's contributing to our varsity right now. Some would say that's a great challenge, and sure it is. But it's really, really fun. It's really fun to just watch underclassmen not really know any different and just go out there and just play like crazy. And then to watch your upperclassmen just really breathe into them, embrace them, bring them along, care for them, serve them well, love them well, like we have in our theme. So that stuff's all a joy, because you just feel like you're just taking a step up every day, especially how they're influencing each other. So. Dave mentioned much of this. We had to move our Turbo game. They have a conference volleyball tournament they're hosting tomorrow, which is when we were supposed to play. They were willing to move it up a week, and so we played them on Tuesday. Got off to an okay start, and the basket shrunk to be about this big in the second quarter on our end. We fought through it, and the ladies came out and just played really well in the third quarter and finished that game well. Couple this weekend. I was just really proud of our gals on Friday to just fight like crazy. What that saying is it's better to have not look so good and win than to not look so good and lose. But just fought through again, trying hard, playing hard. It just wasn't clean. But a lot of inexperience in our crew, and we find a way to win in overtime. So it just says a lot about them and how well they're tied together. And Saturday we just played much better. Grandview's got some talented players on their team. I think we just played better together right now, but they have some talented kids, so that was a good win on Saturday for us. And conference play on Saturday already. So we're thankful for the GPAC because it's great competition, and there's a number of schools that provide that. That has us hopping into conference play early in the season just because of that. So yeah, thoughts, questions? Anybody has? Yeah, it's pretty easy to talk about our women and about Northwestern College, but I want to know what you want. I want to share with you what you want to know.
Who's a couple of your leaders? Who's a couple that you're gonna look to?
Yeah, you know what? We have a really cool mix of, we have kids that are going to contribute a lot as far as their minutes and their contribution as upperclassmen. Ashton Wobig is a senior that's in that kind of role. Kylie Foss is another senior that's in that kind of role that they're going to play a lot as it looks right now. We have a couple of other seniors in unique situations. Ellie Korlevitz is a senior that did not play basketball as a junior, but came back out this year and is playing. And I think if you watch this play this weekend, you'd say, wow, that young lady just plays hard all the time and just competes really hard. The cool perspective she has is she didn't play for a year, and just to be able to be part of it and want to play this year, that's her fuel and her motivation. And so you just see somebody that just goes and plays and just enjoys her teammates. Another senior, Marin Duffy, right now does not figure into a lot of playing minutes, but to watch her wrap her arms figuratively and literally around our young kids, to start a practice every day and go talk to the freshmen and say, how you doing? What's your day been like? Did you have any tests this week? How'd you do? She's really, really a culture young lady and just wants to be part of it. And yeah, so it's a cool dynamic in that senior group of who's leading us. And there's some other kids that are leading too. They're challenged by me and by our coaching staff. You're leading every day. Leadership's not about your age, your title. An 18-year-old can lead just as well as a 22-year-old. If you're influencing one other person, you're leading. So I share a few names there, but Paul, I think I could talk about every one of them and how they're leading in some way.
And Chris, you mentioned Ellie, and I've gotten to know her over the years. She took pictures, and so I'd see her. And last year she had a sad year. She wanted to be on the team, and you allowed her to come back, encouraged her to come back. And she is a hustler, and she's a sweet kid. And one of her best friends is the other gal that you mentioned there, Marin. And they are the kind of people that helps you meld together. But it's a credit to you that you have her back out there. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks, Dave. It was at her nudge. She somehow got a hold of my cell phone number after I was hired and said, hey, Coach, can we talk? And it really just boiled down to, well, why do you want to be on the team? And she answered much of what we see. So it was a pretty easy decision.
Friday was a fun game because we were doing well, and then all of a sudden, quickly, we dropped down 10. And then just about as quickly, we came up 10 and got it in over.
Yeah.
It was just a fun game. That's maybe not from a coach.
Well, as coaches, we're telling players just play one possession at a time. That's a good application that coaches need to grab onto there, is just coach one possession at a time and not worry about a 10-point possession that's going to tie the game. Yeah, we talked to them afterwards. Just a credit to, they work their tails off every day to defend in practice. We tell them that's the end of the floor you can control the most, and that was a key time for that. You can't match baskets if you're down 10. So they just defended, got some big stops, and just kept plugging away one possession at a time. But yeah, that was a pretty encouraging finish to that regulation. I think we were down 48-58 with about 8 minutes and 9 seconds left, and we were tied at 68 at the end of it. So that's a pretty good 8 minutes for us. Without scoring 20-10, and yeah, then just keep rolling into overtime. That was a good win.
Seem to have got a different girl leading in scoring. Good, man.
Yeah, it's been shared across the board by different players. Really boils down to how they want to play, and I think that they really care about each other. They don't care who's the one that's getting the stats or the press clippings or that kind of thing. They want to be together. They want to grow together. We're going to play in a way offensively that it is going to be a shared basketball, and it's going to be an experience that's really enjoyable. While you're growing your team, you want every one of those players to become better players, and so we don't want to put them in a box. We don't have to, Doug, and so We want every one of those players to keep getting better while we are getting better, and sometimes that shows up in the stat line, like you're saying.
What do you have for staff? I know Gary's on there. Who else do you have?
Yeah, Gary shows up every once in a while. He doesn't have anything else to do. I'll come back to him in a second. Molly Shaney, who, if you watched us over at all the last few years, she's a GA now. She's finishing her student teaching at MLC Floyd Valley right now, and then she'll jump into the graduate program in education at Northwestern. So she's a GA. Morgan Swiderski is our lead assistant program. I think this is her 7th year. She was first hired as a GA and served 2 years in that role. And now I believe this is the start of her 5th year as a full-time assistant. She does some stuff with SID once in a while too, but lead assistant for us. She's just really, really sharp. She's a sharp offensive coach, offensive mind. Fun story there. Her coach, she played at Tabor in Kansas, and her coach, Sean Reed's a really good guy, a Christian guy. Just happened to meet him at a national tournament, and we were hiring a GA, and so he was one of the first calls about, hey, you got anybody leaving that's graduating? And so that's how Morgan ends up here. And loves it here. Her husband is teaching and coaching at West Lyon. He helps with the football program and teaches special ed, so they really love Orange City. So we're happy to have him here. And yeah, you mentioned Gary. Gary's a volunteer assistant again. And, yeah, it's just kind of a special experience to share with somebody that, you know, way back when was the guy blowing the whistle and yelling at me because I wasn't playing hard enough. And then to be able to share this experience together is pretty cool. So.
Are there any rule changes or anything that us as fans should know about for this year? Or anything?
I think the big one's the media timeout.
Appointment at Q1, right?
Yeah. I've got Morgan being the welcome wagon while I'm waiting to get there. The media timeout thing is a big one. So we now will play with media timeouts in every one of our games, not just at the bigger events like it's been happening, like the national tournament and stuff. So now it's at every game. It's a little bit confusing. I think I understand it mostly, but in the women's game, since we have 4 quarters, when you hit that below 5-minute mark and there's a dead ball, there's going to be an automatic timeout whether a coach calls it or not. If a coach happens to call one nearby one of those times, they can adjust it to a media timeout. If they choose to, all medias are a minute long. The second half, where it's a little more confusing because there's a floating media timeout that they can use either in the 3rd or 4th quarter. And that's up to the officials to decide when they want to do that. So I think it happened in our game Saturday, where there are those situations. I think it was the opposing coach. I think Grandview's coach called a timeout with like 6 minutes left in a quarter. We went back out there and played for a minute, and there was another timeout.
I think we had that at Worthington too, right, in the JV game?
Yeah. So that's a change, and that then changes what we're allotted. As a team now, you get 3 30s and 1 full because they've added all those others. They took away a full timeout from the bench, so to speak. There's some other minor ones that aren't as maybe noticeable or impactful.
You can move the ball to the offensive court.
Yeah, that's been around for a little while. If you call a timeout with under the last minute, within the last minute of the game, you could advance it to the front court, as long as you don't make an attempt to advance it yourself. So the other night against Grandview, I thought we were in an okay place to get it and take it up the floor, and then we got in a little bit of a mess where that doesn't look good, so I'm going to call a timeout. But we had already taken a dribble, so we could no longer advance it. You still get the timeout, but you just don't need to advance it.
Do you have replay?
Yes.
You do.
They attempted to do that on Friday, but we had a little glitch in our video equipment. I was trying to talk him into the fact I thought we had 0.3 left when that girl missed the shot, and so I'm debating and talking kindly with the official while Morgan's drawing up an alley-oop play from the sideline because we were going to advance it with 0.3 left. But it glitched, so they couldn't see it, and their call on the court was that we didn't have time. So, but yeah, there is video review.
All right. Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm Jake Thompson. Happy to be the new head girls basketball coach at MOC. It'll be my third year in the district. I was the boys assistant the last 2 years, had a blast. Excited for the change of scenery. I grew up in Lamars, so pretty close by. I went to college at Buena Vista. Played basketball there, taught in Carroll for 1 year, and then moved back closer to home just to be closer to my little brother and family, my two older sisters and nieces and nephews, that kind of thing. Very excited to get started today. Kind of how our team's going to be made up is we lost 3 last year, 3 starters, all seniors, of course. We got 4 seniors coming back this year, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and then 9 freshmen, which is really exciting. 18 total, 9 of them being freshmen. We hope we can continue to build that number up. Because high school girls basketball, a lot of teams in the area and teams throughout the state are battling that numbers issue. So I'll be doing my version of recruiting at middle school games and youth tournaments and things like that, just trying to get those numbers up. Hoping to play an exciting version of basketball this year. Try to use our athleticism to play faster. We have a scrimmage the 20th. We go to Sioux City East. It's called an Chiefs scrimmage, so we'll have set up like a real game, and then we will have our first regular season game the 24th at Spencer, and then the 25th Boyden Hall comes to town for the first game, and then we're done until after Thanksgiving break. So I don't really have anything else. What questions you guys have for me this year? We're kind of going to try to build our culture around having faith, although not knowing what's going to come into the future, but have faith that it is going to be provided for us within every step. So the mountain in front of us, whatever our goal is that our girls set out today, knowing that we can't jump that mountain all at once, but going one step at a time and improving each day, we can then together as a team and a collective group reach those goals. So we'll be kind of basing our team culture around that. Chris Yaw did a great job, obviously setting up the team culture. It was really easy for me to jump into, so that was a huge blessing. Lauren DeYoung with team culture stuff the last 2 years, he was awesome. I learned so much from him in that aspect that I didn't know. I was a head coach my first year out of college, and the one piece that I wish I would have done differently would have been the team culture stuff. And so just being around those leaders the last 2 years, and then through conversations with Chris last spring and this fall, I feel in a lot better position, although I still have a lot to learn, and each year the culture will be different with the fun groups of girls that we have. We have good leadership this year. Really looking forward to getting started today and seeing what roles the girls kind of take and where our younger girls can jump in as leaders as well.
Coach, who are your seniors?
We got Addie Eltima, Kaylee Tucker, Allison Heller, and Kate Klein-Hesselink. Looking for each of them to be a leader this year. Some of them will be more vocal leaders, some of them will be quieter but lead with their actions and their integrity, and just hoping that each of them can fill that spot, whether it's with the playing time on the court and leading by example that way, or if it's in practice and showing great effort and great hustle and drills to help lead our younger kids as well. So, very excited.
One thing that's puzzling to some of us old coaches, because we were in an era where we had to cut girls from teams because we had too many. And these last years, there have been schools that haven't been able to field a whole team, and you're talking about numbers. What do you attribute that to? Why do you think that the numbers are down?
I would think one of the main reasons is the growing of AAU sports. So volleyball going to a year-round sport, I think, hurt the basketball numbers a little bit, which volleyball is a great sport. It has its season, but I think just a lot of the girls, some of the girls that we're missing out on are going to play AAU volleyball instead of basketball. I think AAU volleyball is great. I'm not ever going to tell a girl not to play AAU volleyball, but I think there is a way to play basketball while you're also doing that AAU volleyball.
Obviously, you were in the boys up until this point, right?
Yep.
Where'd you say, where were you before MLC?
Before MLC, I was the head boys basketball coach at Glidden Ralston.
Okay.
So 1A school in central Iowa. I taught at Carroll, commuted to go coach at a different school. First year out of college, had its own set of complications just within that, not being in the district and coaching there, but learned a ton. It was a great experience. Thankful for that time, that 1 year down in Carroll and being able to coach.
So I was gonna ask, so you've been in the boys side.
Yep.
For you to go to girls now, right?
Yep.
Challenge for you, obviously you think you can handle it, but what's the difference, do you think, coaching girls basketball versus boys? Talk a little bit about that. What's your, you explain it a little bit to us.
Well, the first thing I'm very excited for is the assistant coaches that I have, Mitch Albers, Devin Myers, and Darby Gustafson. They've been with the girls program for the last 3 years. I've had a lot of conversations with Mitch as the athletic director, and so having them by my side will help a ton. I think for me the biggest change is not what you say between the boys and the girls, it's how you say it. What kind of wording are you using and what kind of tone are you using to get that same message across? And for me, obviously I haven't done it yet. I'm hoping that is a good fix and I can find that mixture. I'll know by the end of this week a lot more about whether that's true or false. But that's kind of how I picture it going.
Well, good luck to you.
Thanks for having me. John Howard, I know you were all excited to see Jay. I'll make sure I tell him for the last 23 years that this is something he texted me. He said, "Good luck with the Lions Club today." So, joked with one of you, and probably has a tape recorder, just plays the same message every year. But I've been with Jay for 11 years, so I coached with him in Unity for 11 years, and so I've been everywhere from freshman coach to JV coach to varsity assistant, back down to JV coach, and this year I'll lead the program. So, I've coached boys golf, girls basketball, junior high boys basketball, junior high baseball, freshman baseball, and JV baseball. So I've kind of coached a lot of different things. So I appreciate the question of what's the difference between guys and that. So I currently serve also as principal at Unity. It's my first year in that role also. So that it'll be a good change, and I couldn't give up coaching. It's kind of where I find my joy, and so just being able to be alongside of our 21 girls is just something I look forward to. So from last year, we had 9 girls that primarily played varsity, and we have 1 of those still with us. So within graduation and leaving, we lost 8 of our 9, we lost 4 of our 5 starters, and we lost roughly 85% of our scoring. So if you ask me what the season looks like, I really don't know. But I'm really excited to see our young girls really love basketball. We have Summer Scouten, who is a junior this year. She's the only one that's played any varsity minutes, and she's played for 2 years, so she's a junior. She started last year as a freshman. She was kind of our 6th one, our first one off the bench. So I'm excited for her leadership. She's not going to be a vocal leader. She's just going to put her head down and play, encourage those around her. So that's going to be my encouragement to her is, you're the only one that's experienced any of this. You need to gently, sometimes forcefully, be nudged to say something. We also have a sophomore, McKenna Hahn. Her dad, Brandon Hahn, would be my assistant coach. He's been with us for 2 years. She's going to be the vocal leader that we're looking for. So as a sophomore, she kind of took that role this year in volleyball, and a lot of the girls responded to her, and so I'm looking forward to the challenge. The only issue could be her freshman sister, who happens to be also a very good basketball player, and so just that dynamic of those 2 playing together, as well as 6 other girls who haven't played varsity, just kind of trying to craft that. So my message this year to them is our theme is all in, and we're going to go through a devotional actually I wrote, but it's 12 biblical stories based on Bible characters and kind of a characteristic of all in. And so it's obedience, it's purpose, it's faith, it's love. And so each of those characters, we're going to read their story and then talk about what it means to be all in. And hopefully by the end of the season, we can kind of look at what it means to be all in, not only in basketball, but in academics, in your relationships, in your spiritual walk. And so just kind of challenge those girls. Because I'm going to have the same team for 2 years. And so just challenge them. But we're excited for this year, but we're really continuing to build every day. And kind of like Coach Yaw said, right, you can't have a 10-point possession. And same thing, as we're trying to build, you take 1 minute, one possession, one day at a time and kind of keep building. So we have 0 seniors on our team. We have 2 big classes kind of right in the middle. So our junior class is 6. Our sophomore class is about 8 to 9. And then our freshman class is about 6 this year. So we made it through volleyball season, cross country, relatively healthy. So we're looking at starting today, their first practice with kind of a full squad. So we got up to 21, which kind of allows us to have 5-on-5 on both courts, which is a luxury that a lot of our local teams don't have, with numbers anywhere from 6 girls to 25 girls, somewhere in between. So we're excited that we have 21. We're excited that as we kind of keep growing and as we're not graduating anyone next year, we're looking at kind of growing those numbers with good 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classes. So we actually have a scrimmage this weekend in Sioux City. We're playing Sioux City East, we're playing MVAOCOU, and we're also playing SBL. So right out of the gate, our young girls are going to get a chance to kind of play some bigger schools and schools that kind of will tell us where we're at. And I think that's, as much as they like to play against each other, I think for them it's good to play against somebody that's going to tell them pretty quickly, here's your weaknesses and your gaps. Our coaching staff, Brandon Hahn has been with us last year and this year. He'll be my varsity assistant, and because with 21, we're not going to try to run 3 teams. So Colson Cruz, he will be our new PE teacher. He'll be our JV coach. So the 3 of us. Then Sherry Bootsma has been kind of helping for the last few years. She's going to kind of help here and there when she can. So kind of the 4 of us will kind of be our coaching staff. We open the Tuesday before Thanksgiving at Lawton Bronson. We have 9 games before Christmas, 7 of them on the road. And one of our home games happens to be MLC. And so I believe we're at home against MLC before Christmas. So really, 7 of our games are away from anywhere from Spirit Lake to all over the place. So we're excited to get rolling, but we'll be tested right away. And we're just, again, thankful to have you here. And any questions you have for Unity Christian Girls Basketball team?
Will there always a special game or day between MOC and community? Is that going to continue, or?
Yep, it's a reach out game. It's after Christmas this year, I believe. I don't know the exact date, but it's in, I guess, middle of January would be kind of my guess, the reach out game. So I believe that's what it is.
I didn't say that.
Who's the pick of the conference, you think, in your guys' mind?
Yeah, I would say Sioux Center right now is probably between Sioux Center and Rock Valley are probably the 2 favorites to win. Sioux Center has graduated a couple girls, but in my opinion, they still probably the best player back in Maren Franken. The Rock Valley girls also graduated a couple, the Zomer twins. They have a couple, they have the Ranshaw girls back, and they have one other last year, she was a freshman, she'll be a sophomore. So those 2 teams will probably be Central Lyon will always, they had a couple freshmen that started and played quite a bit last year. So I'd say between those 3 teams are probably the ones that right now will be battling for the top spot.
I presume you're going to run a lot of the same stuff that Jay ran before, or what's your?
No, I just gave our girls a whole new playbook because nothing's the same. His prime opportunity. He's gone. He can't tell me no because it's been his thing. I've had the same playbook for 25 years, so I told the girls it's time to do something different. So that'll be into it because they also said, well, coach, you know that we have scrimmage on Saturday. I said, well, it gives you 5 days to memorize the plays. So we'll take it easy on them, but no, not. We are changing everything.
Thanks again.
Wish you luck.